guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about luxury beauty products and not just like high-end stuff you buy at Sephora. No, we're talking like the most expensive stuff I own in my entire beauty collection. Now I just filmed the bougie guru tag that my friend Maria came up with. I don't know if that video is gonna go up after or before this one, but in filming that video, it became very apparent to me that I would not consider myself a super bougie person, and that I very infrequently buy ultra luxury, extremely expensive products. I'm a budget shopper at heart. I love saving money. I think there are a lot of amazing beauty products that don't cost an arm and a leg, but I do have some very splurgy things in my collection, and I thought it might be worthwhile to you guys to hear my thoughts on them and what I actually think is maybe worth picking up, or what I would say you're better off passing over. Now, as we go along, I will let you know how I came by these products, if they were sent to me in PR, if I received them in a subscription box, or if I bought them with my own money. I will be straight with you guys. Most of the very luxury products I have, I either got in BoxyCharm or I received in PR or like through some kind of like swag bag at an event or something like that. Very few of these things I have bought with my own money, but there are a few. Either way, my goal is to be super real with you guys, let you know my honest feelings on these products, maybe let you know if there's an alternative product that I think is more worth your money than some of these guys. And if luxury beauty, no matter what, is completely out of your price range and you're not really interested in it at all, I do have a video that I posted recently about 15 products I recommend for $15 or less that you can get at Ulta. So I will link that for you guys up here in the cards if you want to check that out. And with that being said, I have a lot of stuff to share with you guys. Hopefully this video won't be 8,000 years long, but then again, it's me, so it probably will. Anyway, let me stop rambling at you and let's get into it. So let's start out with some skincare. Now, I recently shared in a haul video that Erno Laszlo sent me over some goodies. They sent me their White Marble Dual Phase Vitamin C Peel, which I actually have tried in the past. I received this from Influencer a couple of years ago, and I used the whole thing up. And then they also sent over this Pore Refining Detox Double Cleanse and their Antioxidant Complex for eyes. Now, this guy right here, which does come together, this is like a two-step process that comes in one box. This guy is a whopping $100 for the system. It is by far one of the most expensive skincare products that I own, but it also happens to be one of my favorite exfoliating treatments that I've used. I've talked about it a bunch before on my channel. It was one of those things I didn't want to love, but then I ended up falling in love with, and I just like, I can't say that it's bad just because of the price. It is very expensive, but I do feel like it effectively does what it says it's going to do. So you basically go in with this balm first. It kind of smells a little bit like fresh orange juice. It's a very light scent. I don't think it has added fragrance in it. This has some exfoliating particles in it, but the texture is like a cleansing balm, and you massage it into your skin for like 30 seconds to a minute or so, and then you add the activator serum and then continue to massage and then rinse it off. It makes your skin ridiculously smooth. I use this like once a week, or well, I used it once a week with the old one. This one's brand new. I haven't cracked back into it yet because I'm trying some other exfoliating treatments in the meantime. But having used one of these sets all the way up, like, I can vouch for the fact that I do really feel like it exfoliated my skin very well. And I do feel like the formulation is unique. I feel like the added chemical exfoliation with the physical exfoliation and like the extra moisture from the balm, it's different from anything else that I own in my collection. So I do feel like it is a little bit of a special product. But so far I am not as impressed with these. I've used the cleanser several times and I don't really feel like it does a very effective job at removing makeup. I feel like I need to go in with something else first. It's a very gentle cleanser. It doesn't irritate my skin. I don't really feel like it's drying it out or anything bad in that respect. But if I go in and wash my face with this and then I tone afterwards, I still have makeup on the cotton pad with the toner. And sometimes I'll even like go in twice basically with the same cleanser just to really try to get all of it off. And I still feel like I have a little bit of residual makeup on my skin. So that is something I'm not that big of a fan of, especially considering that this size cleanser, which I believe is like a travel size, it's only 1.6 fluid ounces. I think this guy is like $35, which is like a lot of money. My Derma E cleansers that are like less than $15, I think work much better than this and also don't irritate my skin. Honestly, in general, I feel like you do not need to splurge on cleanser. It's not really on your skin long enough to have like a lot of skincare benefits. I personally am one who would rather spend the extra money on a serum or a moisturizer that's gonna sit on my skin all day than shell out that kind of money on something I'm about to rinse off my face in 30 seconds. And then this guy here, the Antioxidant Complex for Eyes, this is $80, which is crazy. And so far, my issue with this is that it burns my under eyes. Every single time I've used this on my under eye area, I feel like it has that almost alcohol-y burn to it. Like, you know, if you put rubbing alcohol on your skin as it's evaporating, it stings. That's what happens when I use this on my under eyes. It is a gel, so it's cooling, like it's refreshing, but then it's also burning me. So that does not make me too happy. I haven't noticed like redness or irritation, like my eyes haven't reacted in a visible way. It just doesn't feel very good. And if I'm gonna spend $80 on an eye product, like I don't really love that it's doing that. Now, apparently this stuff is supposed to help to minimize the appearance of dark circles in your under eye area. It's supposed to depuff, basically improve the skin elasticity so that way your under eye area doesn't look so creepy. And obviously I haven't used this for more than I would say about 3 weeks, so I haven't noticed visible results from it yet. I also haven't been really excited to put it on my eyes because of the whole stinging thing. So I will probably continue to keep trying this just to see for like, you know, science, you know, if it actually does anything visible for my skin. But based on my initial impressions over these last couple of weeks, I don't see why I would want to spend $80 on this product. Now, this next set of products, on the other hand, I am absolutely in love with. This is by far, I think, my favorite luxury skincare line that I've ever tried, because I really do feel like I've actually noticed results when I've used these products. So I'm talking about the Peter Thomas Roth Peptide 21 collection. This was sent over to me from Influencer. There is a serum, a moisturizer, and then there are these amino acid exfoliating peel pads. And just so you have a frame of reference, this serum here is $125, which is, I think, the most expensive singular beauty product I have literally ever owned. The moisturizer is $78, and then the peel pads here are $52, so definitely a pricey little collection. But to the credit of Peter Thomas Roth, I feel like this stuff, it works. It really, really does what it says it's going to do. So basically, the entire idea behind using peptides in skincare is that they stimulate the production of collagen in your skin. So there's a bit of misinformation out there regarding collagen. There are a lot of skincare brands that put collagen into their products as if you can actually absorb it through your skin and increase the collagen that way. And that's not how the science actually works. Collagen, it's too big of a molecule for your skin to actually absorb it. So if you use peptides, you actually cause the skin to generate collagen on its own. So basically, the claims on this guy is that it's supposed to help to improve the look of fine lines and wrinkles, your skin elasticity, uneven skin tone, and texture. And I will say, in the last couple of weeks, my skin's been a little funky, PMS, whatnot. But if I'm noticing any bumps, any texture, my skin's looking just a little off, if I use this at nighttime, let's say, I'll wake up in the morning and my skin immediately looks better than it did the night before. It's weird. It's like, honestly, that doesn't normally happen with a lot of skincare. And normally if someone was saying that to me, I'd kind of be like, but really though? Honestly though, I don't know, whatever is in this, which the peptides, the hyaluronic acid, there are a lot of other really good ingredients. I think they really do help to calm your skin, and it works fairly quickly. I think you're obviously going to notice more long-lasting results using it over a period of extended time. Like, if I just use it once, my skin's not going to stay looking magical for the next 3 weeks. Like, I have to keep using it every single day. I guess my point just being that even shortly after you first start using it, I feel like you notice that your skin just looks healthier and happier, or at least that has been my experience. And the peel pads, I feel like these are really, really awesome too. Again, for the kind of product that it is a bit expensive at $52, but you do get 60 pads in here, and you can build up to using this every single day, but you don't have to. I think they recommend that you start out using it maybe like once to 2 times a week to let your skin kind of acclimate to it and see how it does. And you can increase your usage from there. So if you think about it that way, even if you were going to use 2 of these every week, that'll still last you 30 weeks. So in that respect, I feel like it's not that bad of an investment. And this also is very effective. Basically, this is like an alpha hydroxy acid exfoliant along with having like the peptides. So it really resurfaces your skin and plumps it up. It's a bit of a zinger, like it doesn't feel the best. It's a little tingly, it's a little bit burny. It says on the packaging it's supposed to do that because it is a chemical peel, but I didn't find it to be like unbearable. You basically like apply it, leave it on for 3 minutes, and then you wash it off. You don't leave this on all day like maybe some other toning pads. But if my skin is having like a bit of an emergency, like it needs TLC stat, I feel like this really does make my skin look plumped up and glowy. It really gets rid of all the dead skin. Like it's pretty bomb. So yes, this is a pretty pricey collection of products, but honestly, I feel like they could be seen as worth it if you had the budget to spend on them because they work. They really do. If you're in the market for anti-aging skincare, this is probably one of the best anti-aging lines I think I've ever tried. Now on the flip side, this guy I was quite a bit less impressed with. This is the Elemis Pro Collagen Marine Cream, and I got this in a Boxy Luxe box, so I did not have to pay full price for it. And this guy here retails for $89. It is a very expensive moisturizer, and it does have very high ratings. Like just looking at the Ulta website, there are 209 reviews and it has an almost 5-star rating. So I know a lot of people really like this stuff. My biggest issue with the Pro Collagen Marine Cream was that I felt like it irritated my skin, and I think it's because it's very heavily fragranced. Now I just double checked on the Ulta website to make sure that I'm not crazy, but yes, this does have added fragrance to it along with things like linalool and limonene, which are like natural fragrance additives that's used in a lot of cosmetics. It's not that it smells bad to my nose. It's kind of like, it's a fresh scent. Like I don't dislike the way it smells, but I feel like every time I've used this, especially at bedtime, because yes, it is a day cream, but I tend to use it at night because in the day it's too heavy on my oily skin. And I just feel like I wake up in the morning and while my skin is soft, I feel like I see more bumpiness and texture, especially if I'm using it several nights in a row. I also don't love the fact that it's in a jar and you have to stick your fingers into it. I think it's a lot less hygienic than getting something in a pump. So like if I had to recommend to you guys this day cream or this moisturizer, I would hands down go with the Peter Thomas Roth. This guy is actually less expensive. It's only $78 and you get 3.4 fluid ounces of product. This is $89 for a single ounce. I'm pretty sure this doesn't have any added fragrances. I think it would be better for sensitive skin so long as you could tolerate like the other skincare benefiting ingredients in this. And essentially, I just don't understand what all the hype around this guy is. I mean, it is a rich feeling moisturizer without being greasy. I definitely get that aspect of things, and maybe for people with very dry skin, that's part of the appeal with this. But for whatever reason, it hasn't worked any kind of magic for me personally, and with the crazy high price tag, I just don't think that it's worth it. This guy is another Boxy Luxe find. This is the Juice Beauty Stem Cellular Anti-Wrinkle Booster Serum. This guy retails for $80 and you get 1 fluid ounce of product in here. And I got this about a year ago. I think it was in the very first Boxy Luxe box last September. And I still have a little bit left. I feel like it's been going on and on forever. I do use it all the time, and recently I've been kind of on like a mission to finish it up, but because of this opaque packaging, I have absolutely no idea how much is actually left. Now, when I first got this product, I did really like it. It's an interesting texture for a serum because it's not runny at all. It's a gel and it's quite thick. It feels really refreshing, it's not greasy, it absorbs really quickly into the skin, and this guy is supposed to be infused with all kinds of like fruit extracts and plant stem cells to help to minimize the appearance of aging on your skin. So I think my thing with this guy is that it was a front runner and I really enjoyed it until I got the Peter Thomas Roth serum. I feel like this guy I do definitely notice more results with than this. I don't think that this has done anything bad for my skin, and I like the fact that it's got that really lightweight gel texture. In the summertime, it definitely doesn't make me greasy. But knowing that they're both very expensive, again, I kind of feel like I prefer the Peter Thomas Roth. This is, however, still $45 more than this guy, which is not an insignificant amount of money. Like, that's the cost of an entire another luxury product. So in a way, I kind of feel like it's a little unfair to compare them just because this guy is so much more expensive. And I do like this. I don't know that I would necessarily repurchase it. Like, I think if you asked me maybe 9-10 months ago when I had first started using this, if I would repurchase it again, I would have been more inclined to say yes. But now that I have this guy and I think I like it more, I would probably rather save up for this than buy this again. Okay, so let's move away from skincare now. I have a one bath and body product to talk about. The Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Boom Boom Cream. Now, I don't necessarily think most people think of Sol de Janeiro as like a crazy luxury brand, but a $45 body lotion is pretty luxurious if you ask me. Now, if you have never tried the Boom Boom Cream, it is pretty magical. Like, I will say, it is one of my favorite body lotions that I've ever tried. Now, in the tub, this just looks like, regular old body lotion, nothing very special. But when you apply this to your skin, if you go out into like direct sunlight, you will shimmer like a glowing goddess. It's really actually beautiful, and it took me completely by surprise the first time I noticed it because I had no idea that this does that because there's no visible shimmer in the actual like lotion itself. And the other thing that is probably the thing most people will tell you is why they are obsessed with this stuff is the scent. It's pistachio caramel scented and it smells glorious. Like, it kind of does smell like something you want to eat, but also at the same time smells a little bit like a perfume or a fragrance, so it's not just straight up baked goods. I personally think it's amazing, but it is strong. So if you're someone with a sensitive nose, this might be too much for you. There are definitely a lot of people that feel like the Bum Bum Cream fragrance is too intense. So if you like it, just know that the scent in here is extremely long lasting. I feel like the moisture in this cream is also very long lasting. Like, if I put this on in the morning after I shower, the next day when I go to shower, my skin still feels hydrated and it still smells like Bum Bum Cream. It's kind of ridiculous. So this is one of those products that, like, it absolutely pains me that it costs $45. Like, I wish it was even like $30. That would feel like a little bit easier to justify. But man, it's awesome. I'm not gonna deny it. Now, this does say it has guarana extract in it and it's supposed to help to minimize the appearance of cellulite and it's supposed to like firm and tighten the skin. I don't really feel like I notice any of that. Like, obviously, the kind of sheen that it gives and the way that it smooths your skin, I think does kind of perfect the look of it. But I haven't noticed any real visible results slathering this all over myself. And I went through an entire tub of this recently, so it's not like, I haven't used it a fair amount before. I just really like the experience of it. I like the way that it smells. I like the way that it feels. I like the way that it makes my skin look. So this is a product that I'm definitely happy to have in my collection. Now, this particular jar I was fortunate enough to get from my swag bag at Generation Beauty in the fall, which was amazing. But the previous tub of this that I just finished, I did buy with my own money. So this is a product I have purchased. I would consider repurchasing. I think if you can get it in a gift set or get it at a discount, definitely go that route because it is so stupidly expensive, but I can't deny it. I like it. And then I have Orbe products. These are by far the bougiest hair care products I've ever owned. I have their dry texturizing spray and their Gold Lust dry shampoo. Now, this particular bottle right here, I also got from Generation Beauty. Let me tell you, last year's swag bag. It was pretty awesome. But I had purchased this product in the past with my own money from Birchbox way back in the day. The dry shampoo, however, I received from a FabFitFun box, which was a pretty excellent little surprise. Now, if you were to ask me, like 4 or 5 years ago, if I thought either of these products was worth purchasing, I would tell you maybe the dry texturizing spray, not so much the dry shampoo. I have used this in like a mini size before, so this is not like the first can of this I've ever owned, and I just don't really feel like it's a super effective dry shampoo. Like, there are definitely other ones that I feel like work better at soaking up oil, especially if you have very greasy roots like I do. So considering that this guy here is $46 freaking dollars, you do not need to spend that much money on dry shampoo. I would not recommend spending that much money on dry shampoo. Like, that's just, it's not necessary. Now, this guy here, I feel like, is a different story. This was one of the first dry texturizing sprays I had ever tried, and with my hair being very straight and kind of limp and lifeless, it was a game changer to me at the time that I first tried it, because it's not sticky in the way that hairspray is. It adds a little bit of grit, but it still is very movable, and it just makes your hair look so much more voluminous. I thought it was kind of magical. It smells like an expensive salon, and I was really into it. But I have since discovered IGK, and their Beach Club texture spray is freaking fantastic. Honestly, like, I've tried quite a few different texturizing sprays, and there are a lot that are decent. This might just be my current favorite. It smells amazing. It really does add lots of texture and volume to your hair. And this is a travel size can. They're $14, but the full size is $29. So, like, there's no contest to me. If I had to recommend one of these two products, I would say go with the IGK. You're saving yourself, what, $17 over getting the Orbe? Like, yes, this is still beautiful. Yes, I still think it works well. I just don't necessarily think that you need to spend $46 on texturizing spray. There are so many other options out there, and for how quickly I think a lot of people do go through a product like that, I don't know that I could say it's worth the money. Well, my camera battery just died, which is usually a telltale sign that I've been filming for way too long, so I'm gonna try to move things along, but we have saved the best for last. Let's talk about some really expensive makeup. So let's start out with complexion products. First, I have here the Ren Perfect Canvas Silicone-Free Skin Finishing Serum. Now, Ren is more of a skincare brand, so this is kind of like a skincare makeup hybrid. Obviously, being a primer, it could be seen as like the last step of your skincare routine or the first step of your makeup routine. Either way, it's supposed to help to mattify oily skin without needing to use silicones, which a lot of mattifying primers do. And I like that, as silicones can like start to clog your pores if you use them all the time. Now, this guy is $55, which is very expensive for a primer. Yes, it does have skincare benefiting ingredients in it, so that kind of does factor into the equation, but it still is a lot for a step that you don't actually see on your face. Now, I used this a ton last summer, and I did enjoy it. It didn't irritate my skin. It also smells legit just like a Juicy Juice fruit punch. But at this point now, with all the different skincare I've tried, the different foundations, powders, etc., I don't know if I would repurchase this, just because I don't know that it makes such a significant difference that it's worth $55 extra in my routine. I don't know. I feel like with the right setting spray and powder and whatnot, I've been able to control shine better than necessarily I feel like I've noticed results with this. So I'm kind of at this point now where, like, I do like this and I don't think it's bad, but it's a lot of money for something that I'm not sure is delivering like really insane results. Then there is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Foundation. This is the most expensive foundation I own at $48, and for a very long time it's been my holy grail. It is what I'm wearing on my face right now, and I do think that this is a beautiful foundation. It provides, I would say, like medium to full coverage, but it's super, super lightweight on the skin. It's not a thick, creamy texture at all, so I feel like it sits really beautifully. It's very long wearing. Yes, as always, I'm gonna have some natural oils peeking through after 6-7 hours, but I feel like for the most part, this stays looking really nice and matte without being overly dry on me, and I do really, really love this foundation. I will say though, I have fallen in love with many other foundations as well. Like, I really like the new Nabla one. I'm testing out a couple of other things at the moment that I'm enjoying. So, like, is it worth it to spend $48 on this? I mean, I have 2 bottles. I did buy this in my summer and winter shade because I liked it that much. So I can't deny I do really, really stand behind this product, but I don't think you need to spend almost $50 to get a similar type of coverage. I feel like the Nabla one is probably the closest thing I found to this as far as how it looks on the skin and the texture of the formula. They're very, very similar. I also think the ColourPop No Filter foundation, I actually did a long time ago a split face wear test with this guy and the ColourPop, and I really legitimately could not even tell a difference, especially once they were set. They looked pretty much the same. So if you don't have the money to splurge, maybe try the ColourPop or the Nabla if you can get your hands on that. So while this guy will always have a special place in my heart, I don't necessarily feel like it is the only foundation that will give you these kinds of results. Now this next one pains me because I think this is so stupidly expensive, but I freaking love this product so much, and I honestly don't know what to do when it dries out. Like, it's already starting to a little bit, and I'm like, do I repurchase? Or do I not? I don't know what to do with myself. I'm talking about the Iconic London Eyebrow Cushion. This was a Box Deluxe product. And if you haven't ever seen this guy, it's a little compact, and it's just like a cushion foundation, except it is not really a pomade. It's like a liquid texture, but it's eyebrow color. And this stuff, I will say, has been one of the best things for my eyebrows I've ever used. Now, I think I have a very specific eyebrow issues / concerns. My brows are very, very naturally thin. I have very thin hair. It's thin on my brows as well, but my hair is very dark. So I feel like if you have thin, sparse hair and it's blonde, it looks very different than if you have thin, sparse hair and it's dark. I feel like the bald patches just stand out a lot more when you have really dark hair. So I feel like depending on what I'm using to fill in my brows, if I'm not really careful, it looks unnatural, or it looks blocky, or it looks patchy, and it's just a giant pain in my butt. But this, I feel like, is so much more natural looking in my brows than a pomade, but it covers the skin and covers up those bald patches much more effectively than a pencil. So I have really, really liked this. It's also super long wearing. Like, it does not budge once I put it in my brows. It's just like the perfect color. This is the shade medium, and I usually mix the two shades because there's like a lighter and a darker in the compact. It's so pretty, but it's $40. $40 for this guy. Like, I cannot get over that. That's so much money for a brow product, especially when I consider that, like, the ColourPop Brow Boss pencil that I use is $5.50. Now, I can get this at Ulta, so I could use Ulta points to get it essentially for free, but that's a lot of Ulta points to use for one singular product. Like, an ABH eyeshadow palette is only a few more dollars than this, and that just, like, makes me a little bit crazy. So do I like it? Do I recommend it? Yes. Do I think the price point is reasonable? Absolutely not. I would say at most maybe like $25 would make sense. Maybe 30, because the compact's nice. You get a little brush in there. Like, I get it. Iconic London, it's a little luxurious. Like, okay, maybe $30, but like 40? Really? Like, why? Why? So if anybody out there knows of a dupe for this, like, please tell me, because I haven't personally come across one, but that doesn't mean that it's not out there. And I have a hard time justifying the idea of $40 being worth it for a brow product. Like, I go through brow products more quickly than anything else in my makeup collection, maybe aside from mascara. Now, another one that I also like, but I feel like I have a hard time saying that they're worth the price tag, just because I know there are so many other similar and also amazing products for a fraction of the price. And those are all the lip balms from Emily Cordon. Now, they have very, very graciously sent me over a bunch of different lip care products over the last year or so, and I've really enjoyed testing them out. They originally launched with these cashmere on lip pots, which retail in like the $40 price point, which is very, very expensive for a lip balm. And y'all know, I love me some lip balm. Don't get me wrong, I have a very large collection of them and I use them all the time. And I do think these are very creamy, they're very moisturizing, they smell really nice, like the packaging is beautiful. They definitely say I am a luxury lip balm, but at the end of the day, it's still a lip balm. So I kind of have a hard time justifying something at this price point being totally worth it. And then these guys are their new Miracle Lip Pots. So they have some tinted ones like this one. This is their new Hampton Summer Limited Edition one, which is more clear, like it gives like a slight almost berryish tint to your lips because it's blue, but for all intents and purposes, they're basically translucent. And these guys are like $60, $65 depending on the tint and whatnot, which is like, that's expensive, as Kathleen Lights would say. And I really have no complaints in the formulas. Like I said, they are very, very luxurious feeling. They're really pretty, but like, dang, yo, do you know how many Laneige lip sleeping masks I could buy for the price of one of these guys? You know, I don't know that they are special enough to be worth that much more money than like the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask or the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. Like those are probably my top 2 lip balms right now. I absolutely adore them. Like there are a lot of other lip balm gloss hybrids that are more like purse friendly, but for something that I would say is comparable to this, that comes in a pot, that's kind of more like a lip treatment, the Laneige one and the Bite Beauty, which is in a squeeze tube, are just like so amazing. 10 out of 10, would recommend, and they are in the $20 price point. Speaking of luxury lip products, let's talk about YSL for a minute. Back in the day when I first got involved in the beauty community, I feel like all I ever saw anybody talk about were these lipsticks. These are the YSL Rouge Pour Couture lipsticks, and they have exquisitely beautiful packaging. Like, do not get me wrong, this is one of the most stunning lipstick bullets I've ever seen. And I feel like everyone and their mother talked about these and raved about how absolutely beautiful they are. They have like a shiny finish to them. They're kind of like a juicy, sheer lipstick. They smell like mangoes. They're actually pretty lovely, but they are $37. $37 for a single lip product. Like that is very, very, very bougie. And while I love displaying this on my vanity, I really don't think that it was worth the money that I spent on this. And there are ultimately like quite a few reasons actually for why I feel that way. First of all, I feel like while this does look beautiful on the lips, I'm actually wearing this right now, I think it dries them out. Like yes, it goes on shiny and it feels very buttery and hydrating, but it's that kind of lip product that I feel like makes your lips peel, so it kind of makes you feel like you need to keep reapplying it because it dries them out over time. And for a $37 lipstick, like, I want my lips to be supple and plump and beautiful, not chapped, you know? Second, I realized that I greatly preferred the actual formula of YSL's original Rouge Pour Couture lipsticks. These are also $37, and these are just like absolutely stunning lipsticks. This one here is old. I don't really like wear it on my lips anymore because I don't know that it's really safe to, but I keep it basically because the packaging is beautiful and it was stupid expensive and I like it for like swatch comparisons and such. But these are extremely buttery, extremely silky lipsticks, and they're very, very full pigment. They are beautiful on the lips. So like if I'm gonna wear a lipstick that costs $37, I'd rather go for this formula. I just like the way that it looks and performs better. It does smell perfumey. The scent on this guy is much, much, much better. It has that like mango butter scent, which is delicious. This smells like perfumey flowers, which I don't love. But I just think it's a better lipstick for the money. And if you like the more sheer lipstick formula, these Colorise Shines from L'Oreal are legit identical to these. Let's just be real. L'Oreal, the brand, owns YSL. So like, there's probably a reason why this guy is eerily similar to this guy. Like honestly, even the packaging, like they have the exact same style of bullet. Let me just like swatch. These two shades are not totally identical, but they're like very, very similar. But you see what I mean? Like the shine, the texture, it's near identical. So like if you just want the look, get the L'Oreal ones. Really the only reason in my mind to spend $37 on one of these is for the packaging, because it's beautiful. All right guys, so I think those are all of the crazy luxury beauty products that I have in my collection. I hope you enjoyed seeing them all and hearing a little bit more about my thoughts on all of them and whether or not I think they were remotely worth the insane price tags that they all carry. As always, I love to hear your guys' thoughts on these products, so if you've tried any of them, I would love to know if they worked for you, if you think they're worth the splurge, and if you haven't tried any of these products, do any of them interest you? Are they things that you would ever consider buying? Or are all of these things like insane to you and you would never ever spend that much money on a beauty product ever? But anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you like this video, I hope you will consider giving it a thumbs up. I always really appreciate your support so much. And if you're new here and this is your first time seeing one of my videos, I hope you will consider subscribing, coming back, and hanging out with me again in the future. On that note, I am sure this video is already stupid long, so I'm gonna let you guys go. But I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in one of my next videos. Bye guys.